What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Ask Frank, where you ask me questions and I go over them and give you my advice. So if you're not sure who I am, my name is Franklin. Over the last few years, I've started multiple businesses online and scaled them as well. So I have experience in starting businesses, growing businesses, Shopify, affiliate marketing, how to get traffic, how to build email lists, how to do advertising. I've experienced in all of that stuff, and if you want to learn more about that, make sure you subscribe because I put out videos every single week helping people for free, showing them how to start a business. And what I do like to do is go over these questions because I get asked questions all the time in email, and I literally can't sit there and reply to every single person. I would never get anything done in my own business. So I figured out a way where people can ask me questions and I can reply to the most important ones that I feel are going to help everybody on this YouTube channel. Make sure you stay to the end and I'll show you exactly how you can ask me personally a question, and I might feature you on this show that I do. So the first question, guys, we're going to start this right away and get straight into this because this is something I have a lot of experience in. So let me play this and then we'll go over the question.
Hey, Frank. What's your favorite way of building a very large email list as quick as possible?
Okay, so I have a lot of experience in this. I've built email lists from zero to hundreds and thousands. I have a huge email list. Actually, in fact, I have multiple email lists that are very, very big. Now, there's two ways to build an email list fast that I personally have experience with. Number one is slow at the start, but then it gets extremely fast, and that is going out and starting a blog and building that blog up, and then eventually you'll get emails quickly and it'll be all organic. However, what this guy said is, what's the best way to do it fast and as quick as possible? Well, it's simple, advertising. But what everyone gets wrong is they don't understand how to build an email list with advertising. So I'm going to explain it in this video, and you're going to understand how you can actually build an email list and make money with advertising. So with advertising, guys, you have to understand what we call cost per acquisition or cost per action. No one really knows what it's called. Everyone says different things. But CPA, you want to figure out how much it's going to cost you to get an email. Okay? So let's say, for example, it costs you $5 to get an email. Let's just turn my volume down right there. Let's say it costs $5 to get one email. Okay? Now, the thing is, what a lot of people do is they'll wait let's say you get 100 emails. They'll wait like a week and they won't be profitable and they'll stop running advertisements. It can take a month or even 2 months to start seeing a profit from an email list. What I usually do is I'll go out and I will basically start running webinars, funnels and things like that. And I'll go out there and I'll spend, let's say, $5 per lead. And as long as I'm kind of making that money back even in a couple of weeks, so if I spend $5 per lead and I make back $5 per lead, whether I'm selling courses, affiliate marketing products, e-commerce products, then I'm good with that because I know that I can make a lot more money with them and I can start becoming profitable later on. A lot of people don't realize that most businesses don't make a profit for years. If you look at Uber, they're not even profitable yet. If you look at other businesses in the tech industry, a lot of them are never profitable for years. And that's what a lot of people get kind of lost with, is they focus on profit way too early. What I would recommend you do is pretty much if you're trying to start a business online and you're trying to build an email list, you probably have a job because you're just starting. So stick to your job and do the email marketing stuff on the side, but do it extremely slow. So just start very, very slow. Maybe spend 20, 30, 40, 50 bucks per day, even less, but do it very, very slow. And then once you start to build up these email lists, then start to advertise to the email list so you can start making back your profit. But what you've got to realize is it can take you 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, even 4 months to start making real money from your email list because it takes time. So kind of think of it like this. Let's say you get 100 leads into you get 100 emails from your funnel that you've created. I'm not going to talk about what kind of funnels because that's not what this video is about. It could take maybe, you might have, say, 10 or 15 emails in the back end. It might take them 3 or 4 weeks to get through those emails. So you're not going to make profit quickly when you're building an email list, but you will get to the point where you become profitable. Then you can just take all that profit, you can keep putting it back into ads, back into ads, back into ads. Then maybe a year later, you might have an email list with 100,000 people that's made you money and you've put it back in and you've kept growing and you've kept growing. That's 100,000 people you can promote products to. Then you can start being profitable and you can start making good money online with that email list. Now, if you want to, you can take that money you make and you can use it But most people, CEOs and bosses or managing directors, whatever you want to call them, they don't pay themselves money when they first start businesses. They just keep filtering it back into the business over and over again so they can build that business. Treat your email list like a business because that's exactly what it is. But my answer to that question, guys, if you want to build an email list as fast as possible, go and learn how to do advertising. Go and learn about cost per lead, cost per action, cost per acquisition. All you've got to understand is how much a lead costs and how much you make back, okay? If you're running even, you're doing good. Even if you're losing a bit of money, it doesn't really matter, okay? As long as you're building that email list for cheap, for free, or you're making profit. I'll leave some videos below, guys, on some training, okay? I've got some really good training on funnels. I've even got a video on how to build an email list, so I'll leave that below. But let's jump into the second question because we always do 2 questions in this series, and I do apologize, my voice is a bit messed up. I have a cold at the moment. This question is also about email marketing, okay? It's a bit long, so I might have to cut it down.
Hey, Frank. This is just, my name's Preston. I was just trying to ask you a question. I wanted to know, basically, what is better for email marketing? Is it to use a email marketing done for you email generator, or writing your own copy and your own email swipes and things of that particular nature to speak to your customers?
Okay, so that's a very good question. Basically what Preston is saying is, when he's doing his emails in the back end, so your follow-up emails, should you write them yourself or should you use like an email generator? So really you should write them yourself because you can speak to your audience, but it can be a pain because it takes such a long time. And you don't need to learn any copywriting skills or anything. Like, I'm not that good at copywriting, but my emails work. You're gonna have your own flow and stuff. However, you can use an email generator. I do use them as well if I wanna have like filler content. So if I'm doing like a promotion and I just want to have some, like I'm a bit lazy, I can't be bothered writing an email, then yeah, you can use like an email generator. But if you've got an automated workflow at the back end, so let's say you're getting people coming from a webinar or some sort of training, right? You're collecting their email. You want to try and set up your own emails in the back end yourself. They have your own flow if you're doing like personal branding and stuff. It just works a lot better. I've had people reach out to me who say they're experts and they've helped people make millions of dollars online with emails. And I've seen their emails and they're complete garbage. I've even tried some of them and mine work way better. And what a lot of people don't really understand with email marketing is with all this copywriting stuff and trying to make everything perfect, sometimes it's so good that it puts people off. Like, my emails are full of spelling mistakes, grammar errors. I'm terrible at it, but it relates to people. People purchase my products because they're like, oh, Franklin can't spell, he can't do this. You know, I relate to them. Sometimes when you pay someone to do emails or you use an email generator, the email is so good that it can put people off. Okay, so you've kind of got to think about kind of how much time you have. If you have a lot of time on your hands, then I do recommend 100% write your own emails with your own flow. Don't worry about if there's spelling mistakes. Obviously check it and make sure it looks semi-good, but don't worry about if there's spelling mistakes. Don't worry about if there's grammar errors because sometimes they work in your favor. Okay, you'll get people complain and say, Franklin, you're bad at spelling. Who cares? It doesn't matter. But I've spent thousands of dollars on testing other people's emails, and every single time I've come back to my own emails because they work, and I'm not a copywriting expert. So the answer to that question is yes, you should write your own emails if you can, and just kind of like put your own swing to it, your own flow, because it will work better in the long run. And you've got to remember that once you have the email set up in your automated funnel, you don't have to do them again. They just stay there. If you're doing a newsletter and you're sending out newsletters like every 2 or 3 days, then yes, you'd probably want to use some sort of generator because it can speed things up for you. But you just got to remember that in like 99% of the situations, your own emails are going to convert way better than any email generated from a software. It's just the way it works, because you got to remember that there's a lot of people using email generators. Write your own emails. If you don't have time, then yes, you can use an email generator, but maybe just edit it a little bit as well for your own flow. Now, if you guys want to ask me questions for the show, there's a link in the description. Click that link right now, and you can ask me a question that I personally check myself. However, it has to be a good question, or I pretty much, because I get hundreds, so I have to go through them really quickly. Has to be a good question. And there's also some videos down below you can check out, help you build an email list and a funnel. And I'll also leave some videos up on the screen with my best methods to make money. These are completely free for you to watch, not going to cost you any money. Click those videos right now. You'll see them up on the screen. Make sure you subscribe, tap that notification bell, guys. Smash that like button. Leave a comment below if you have any questions. I'll see you in the next video. One on the screen. Go click it.